On YouTube back with another video. Today we have a woman who quit her job at Walmart and I'll be giving my reaction to it.
All right, so here's my review as far as working for Walmart. My advice to those who are in need for a job and you're considering Walmart, honestly, I would not go there. I would go somewhere else. Unless if you're one who doesn't mind working any hours that they give you, or if you don't mind.
One thing you got to understand with a lot of these retail stores, you're definitely going to be working weekends and your schedule is probably going to be sporadic. They probably have a ton of call outs, people calling out the last minute. I mean, it's good if you want to work, you want to, make some money. But I mean, if you only have a limited availability, Walmart, supermarkets, they might not be the job for you, especially like I said, if you have such a limited availability.
Working part time with full time hours and no benefits, or if you are one.
I have heard, I have heard that Walmart is known for doing that. Now, getting the full time hours is good, but not having the benefits, yeah, Walmart they finessing with that one. They got to do better.
Who um, don't mind the disrespect, because it's a lot of disrespect there, then go for it, you know. But if you're like me, who has other things out.
I hate to say it, but it has to be said. A lot of times when you have these jobs that are lower on the totem pole, people do not respect you. You don't get respect from the customers, and you don't get respect from, the management. It shouldn't be that way. I was always raised to treat the janitor the same way as the CEO, but in most cases, man, those jobs you get treated like crap.
Outside of Walmart that you're committed to, um, children, you know, you got to balance. Or if you're one who, can stand disrespect, but
Yeah, these jobs have no regard for your life outside of the job. All they care about is can you come in, and usually on short notice.
at a certain extent, then yeah, you don't want to work there.
That's why I always say, man, it's so important to get you a skill set. You gotta have some type of skill that's in demand, so people just can't treat you like anything. When people start talking to you any type of way, thinking they can give you any type of assignment, any type of schedule, having that skill set gives you the ability to walk away.
um, so my experience is horrible. A lot of stress. Um, I was getting to a point where I was feeling almost depressed. The comfort that I had there was just.
Whenever a job has you to the point when you get depressed, that's when you know it's time to go. The writing is on the wall. I'm not saying quit right then and there, because you always want to be strategic about what you do, but you definitely need to start putting them applications out, going on some interviews on your days off, because ain't nobody got time for that.
Really bad. It was a bad energy, bad negative spirits in that store. Um, Before I started working there, I specifically told them, because I even put it on my application, that I can only work certain hours. They give you that option on the application of saying which hours you can work. And I told them I can work 9 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon throughout the week because of my children during school. Um, but weekends I can, do whatever hours you want. And, so they were like, okay, no problem.
So it sounds like basically they baited this woman in, told her initial availability would be fine, they could work around it. Then when she got on the job, they pulled the bait and switch.
So the schedule that they gave me was good at first, but then 3 weeks later, they changed my schedule. And I was like, well, I can't work these hours. So I went to my team leads, my manager, and told them I can't work these hours. Can y'all please take me back to where I was? And They act like it wasn't no problem at first, but then I noticed like a day or so later, they kind of had attitude about it. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what's this about? So I told them like 4 times. I asked them 4 times, can you please change my schedule? They refused to change my schedule. So I'm already sitting at like.
That's why it's so important to have options. Like I said, these jobs, they tell you anything to get you in the door, then they do you any old type of way once they think that you're desperate and you need the money.
3 points. I think I had three. And you're only allowed up to 5 points before they terminate you. So by me going to work during the hours that I could not work, I was still getting pointed. Um, so the stress level was definitely there. I couldn't take it. I took it to the Lord, and He found me another position. So uh,
Make sure you subscribe to this woman's channel, and I'll leave the link in the description below.
I started working a day later somewhere else. Hallelujah. Even though I had to take a pay cut, but it's still income, so I'm very grateful. The managers, the team leads, the coaches, not all of them, but like the vast majority of them, they're very rude. Okay, so if you say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to them, they won't even speak back. Like they'll literally look at you like you got vomit on you.
Lack of respect. Like I said, I touched on it earlier. When you're in these lower level positions, I hate to say it, but you do not get any type of respect.
It's so disrespectful. You feel like you're working for FBI agents because they walk around the store policing you. The managers don't do crap. Every now and then you might see them pull a pallet jack every so often, which is, that's easy, but they're not.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of got to give a little pushback. I mean, the managers are not there to, stock the shelves. Sound like she was in some type of stocking. I mean, unless they're really short, then, they could get on the floor and help the team. But people got to understand that's why you got to get the skill set so you could get away from that physical labor and start using your brain.
Sweating, breaking out into a sweat, nothing. I was picking these what do you call those greater value waters, like 35 pack, and I had an oversized, and I had like 4 or 5 of those big waters to put in my toe, and I was struggling. The aisle that I was in was like small already, and the Coke people, the soda people were loading sodas and stuff, so it was so packed with customers, and I was having the hardest time trying to get those waters up. You got these grown men who are managers standing around just looking, not even assisting.
Well, that's kind of a touchy subject, especially when you're at the workplace, because we live in a society now. It's all about equality. Nothing wrong with it. And sometimes you go to try to be a gentleman and help women out nowadays, and that could turn around and backfire on you. So you got to be careful, especially a male in the workplace. It's a fine line that you have to walk.
And my thing is like, where's the common courtesy? There's no common courtesy. You know what I'm saying? And some of these managers, these male managers, they like in their 20s and 30s. I'm 44 years old, okay? And these are some young kids. A lot of them real young. So they're very disrespectful. Um, and I don't mind the work, you know. So working, like them constantly working you, I don't mind that. I can work. Um, what else? So if you are applying there, you're going to just understand you're going to be hired part time. Now, this is in my location in East Texas. You will be hired part time. Okay, you can't be full time. You got to work your way up to it. And I think it takes like up to 6 months. I think maybe.
Well, that kind of makes a little bit of sense, though. I mean, I kind of understand the logic behind it now that she explained it. I mean, I'm sure Walmart has a very high turnover. So if they hire everybody with full time, then you set them up with the benefits and this and that is probably a lot of wasted time because people wind up leaving the job after a week or two. So I mean, if you're there 4 or 5 months, I guess you're kind of proving yourself that you're maybe going to stick around for the long haul. So that kind of makes sense now.
And working full-time hours. Okay, if that makes sense. You're part-time, but you're working full-time hours with no benefits. That's not good. That's not good at all. All right, so I think Walmart is disgraceful for that. And if you're also like me, I'm a Christian woman, okay? And one thing I take complete, what is the word I'm trying to say? One way how I live my life, whatever God hates, I hate. Whatever he loves, I love, right? Okay, so God hates pride, all right? It's all in the scriptures. He hates pride.
Look, no matter how you feel about it, you got to leave that at the door. You there to do a job. They hiring you to do the job. Look, no one's saying you gotta like it, you gotta dislike it. You're just there to do what you need to do, what they're paying you for, and go home. But let me know what you think, and let me know in the comments what you think. Have any of y'all worked at Walmart? Maybe you have some firsthand experience. I never worked at Walmart. I have worked at a supermarket, so it's somewhat similar. But let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.